Any moment now, YouTube. We're on your time. Whenever you're ready, YouTube. By all means, whenever you're ready, go ahead and start us up here. I have no idea if we're live. Maybe we're live. Maybe we're not. But you're here. Whether you can hear my voice or not, you're here. What's up, everybody? It is Wednesday, and the bulls are taking a breather. Bitcoin hovering at 15.5, and I don't know. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're live? That's right, baby. What's up, Shane? What's up, Jorn? Ace of Hearts. YB, Philly Skills, Bullish Future Dom. What's up, boys? What up, what up? Who's here? Quiet group. Quiet today. Crypto not really moving, not a lot going on. Interest, I think it peaked maybe in July. Things are getting very exciting about halfway through, and as this run has done, it has reset our hype again. Bitcoin back down, rejected from Monday. Monday's high, we saw the monthly open tested exactly while we were live. Exact August monthly open. Price rejected and sentiment just disappeared again. Hype disappeared again. Alts moved sideways, stopped being exciting. Litecoin actually made some moves, but now we are back to that monthly open. At the precipice of excitement once again. Ooh, I see some names. What's up, AJ? Crypto military vet, my friend. Das Peach, my boy. God. Henny, what's up, Henny? Navman. Shane 42. Stairway B, 2 red ducks. Good to see you, bro. Verhoofty Floofin, who else is here? Dylan VA. If you guys could, man, we have like 5 likes. Can we get the likes up? Let's get the engagement going. I know it's not exciting. We're gonna try to make it exciting. There he is. What's up, guys? What's up? I'm gonna make it exciting, hopefully. I don't know. I'm gonna do my best. Hear from Alex O, Chart Hackers, Tradefly. What's up, JR? Some good names. Chart Hackers. Isn't that Crypto Banter? Didn't they just rebrand? Not a bad rebrand, though. What's up, Dylan? Have a good day, you too, bro. What's up, KDP? Heavy Duty Charlie, what's up? I got a haircut, that's what's up. Turns out you guys like the sunglasses. Didn't wear sunglasses on Monday. Against my better judgment. No, I just didn't feel like it. My eyes bothered me like all day, so I'm kind of glad you guys are vibing with them. Keep voting. Keep hitting the likes. What's up, Memo? D. Danny Clay. You only like if I'm not late. Well, then you're in the wrong place. Nice beard. Thank you. Thank you. Like it. Maybe it looks good because I just got the hair done. God, my hair was so long. What's up, Left Field? Toddy D. They are the trademark. What's up, Poppy? You'll stop watching if I don't wear the sunglasses? Oh, man. What have I done? What have I done to myself? I've become sunglasses. Oh, no. Oh, no. What's up, Melissa? Darren, looking good? Thank you. Feeling good. Feeling good. I'm not going to lie. I'm feeling bored with the space, which is a wild thing to say. Bitcoin is at 116,000, but I'm feeling bored. We've got somehow that boring summer move, even though we rallied to all-time highs in the summer. I don't know how Bitcoin manages to do this. It is impressive, honestly. It's impressive. Today's candle looking good, though. That's better. Keep them on. Waiting for the sunglasses only stream. It's just the sunglasses hovering. I bet AI could do that. Going for a lower high, Mr. Pow Pow. Well, this is what we talked about on Monday. We talked about this. A move to 117.3. I still think that's what's happening. What happens there? You know, we get to this point a lot in the market where we'll have some really great calls. For example, what have we been saying all year about interest rates? Looking pretty good that we get our first cut in September. We have been saying that literally all year to everything. Every time people said it's coming this month, blah, blah, blah. September, we stuck to our guns. What are we looking at? 90% chance now in September. The FOMC. Baskets. We have some good calls here and there. And then there's kind of these times like we're at right now where we've fallen. The chart looks great. The chart, I think, looks great. It's just boring. The chart looks great. We've back tested our previous all-time high from May. We broke resistance, found support there. Now we're heading back up. That looks great. But we get to these times where price is retracing to the upside or downside, and you just can't know with certainty. If you want to know my opinion has not changed. I don't think the bull run's over. I don't think the all-time high for this cycle is in. I think we're going to see the final all-time high Q4 of this year. Probably November. I would guess November. October, November. Possibly December, but we'll go November. That hasn't changed. But what is happening in the shorter term is largely unknown, unclear. We get to these major pivot points. I think that's what we're looking at again right here. 117.3. This was our major support all last month after all-time high. Kind of looked like it was going to hold. It broke. We backtested that previous resistance. We found support. Buyers came in. And what are they going to look to do? They're going to look to move back to that previous support liquidity. If there's enough buyers there, all-time highs, locking and loading. We could reject there. We could find profit takers there that are shaken by price moving down. That's why we placed on Monday this theoretical, not financial advice, short position. Am I going to take it? I might take it. I might take it not all in, but I might look to hedge a little bit here. I think the play is pretty reasonable. Looking for a stop just above 120K and aiming for lower. But this would really just be a hedge position for me. Not passionate about it. This would be a position kind of I would take expecting the next final big moves to not come maybe for another month or 2 or 3. 2-3 months. We'll see. But no one can know, right? No one knows for sure what's going to happen there. We can know with pretty strong confidence that we're going to look to move to that level. We have a lot of confluence there. There's a lot of liquidity there. We have the 50 daily tested as support, held. We've moved higher. 20 daily sitting at that level. I mean, we went over it on Monday. There's so much there. There's a lot of liquidity here. And if markets do anything, they seek out liquidity. It's what they like. Liquidity. It's what markets crave. And there's liquidity sitting there. What happens after that? Your guess is as good as mine. I told you what I think is going to happen, what I hope is going to happen. That's about it. I wish I had a crystal ball. The more I've done this streaming career, the more I've realized nobody knows anything for certain, really to any degree. And it's just varying degrees of people bullshitting each other. Like the new, most confident, delusional bullshitters always jump onto the scene and then they disappear after a while, right? Because all their BS comes to light, and they're not so confident. They don't BS as much anymore. I don't know. But here we are. The only thing that was really moving, it seems, was Litecoin since the last stream. And Litecoin's even kind of back to where it was on the last stream. We saw a major move up to 130, breaking pretty much everything, breaking multiple months of highs, right back to 115. I actually don't hate this. This is a really actually bearish top. It's V shape. Not going to get too excited yet. I think that this news was in line. This is one of the rare times where we saw news narrative line up with price action like closely. What was it? May Pharma bought $100 million worth of Litecoin. I'm going to talk about this for a minute. A company bought $100 million worth of Litecoin. Obviously jumping on the kind of sailor treasury bandwagon, right? You guys know my relationship with Litecoin. It's one of my biggest bags. I like it for what it is fundamentally. When I started investing, I thought that meant that it would appreciate in value more than it has. It's been heavy, but that hasn't changed. I like it for what it is. It's decentralized. It's just Bitcoin with different parameters. Its origin is nice and clean. It's like a fair playing field. That's what I like about it. That hasn't changed. So when I say this, you know I'm saying this with love. I don't understand why that a company would buy $100 million with Litecoin. I don't get it. Yeah, I'm married to it, but here you go. You can tell I'm not that married to it. I don't get it. I truly do not get it. So even Sailor's play is pretty wild, but with Sailor's play, you have Bitcoin's history where you can show, like, look, Bitcoin every 4 years has done this really consistent thing. If you look at it in a bigger picture, you can average it out and you can say its year over year return is incredibly stable. And even if that diminishes, is still way beating markets, still very favorable, very dependable, the highs and the lows, like there's math to it. It makes sense on that level. But for a company to do it with Litecoin, and guys, don't think I'm trashing Litecoin. Don't think I'm trashing it, even though I am kind of. I don't get it. You don't have the same argument. You don't have the same thing. And you can say, well, Litecoin hasn't gone up, so maybe there's a big upside. And sure, that's possible, right? That's totally possible. But I don't think that makes sense for a company to bet on. I think that's more kind of us. Maybe, a diversified portfolio kind of thing. You're looking for that higher risk, higher return. I don't get it. Do I hope Litecoin will explode? Yes, I hope it explodes. I hope it goes to all-time high. For a long time, we were comparing this with the XRP chart. They looked identical. Last November, XRP blasted off. We haven't seen Litecoin do that yet. Maybe that's about to happen, right? I don't know. I hope so. But it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand why they would do it. These companies doing this treasury stuff are getting real weird. Mark my words. All of these companies, nothing to do with Litecoin, but all of these kind of copycat bandwagon companies that never had anything to do with crypto and now are all of a sudden buying crypto as like a reserve or whatever for their companies, they will mark the bear market bottom whenever it comes, probably in like a year. They will mark the bottom as they all liquidate and they all sell for a loss and the markets are scary and it's over and companies are out, crypto's dead. They'll all mark the bottom with that. And I love Litecoin. Apparently I take little abuse and don't hate it, but I just don't understand. I got off on a tangent here. That marked this move though, which is interesting because we rarely see narratives line up with price. Typically, every time Saylor announces a buy, Bitcoin sells off. It's like guaranteed. This is one of the few times. Maybe it's kind of a illiquidity thing. I don't know. There's certainly the selling pressure for Litecoin is relatively stable. I would say that Litecoin selling pressure comes solely from mining. I don't believe that there are really investors out there kind of panic selling their Litecoin at this point. You'd have to show me some hard evidence to believe that. And so with any kind of, large buy, Saylor-esque kind of thing, yeah, it probably can push the price up. It might be more meaningful for Litecoin than it will be for Bitcoin. I just think it's a really weird thing for a company to do. Buy my bags, pump my bags, sure. I'll take it. I just think it's really weird. What do you guys think? And you can say you think it's weird, you can agree, but before you do, you have to think, what if they were doing your coin, whatever that is, whatever a little random thing it is. What if they were doing yours? How would you feel about it? It just doesn't really make sense. I don't know. It's a cup and handle, bro. The Litecoin is the cup and handliest, rocketest, shippiest, bullflaggiest, blue balls of my life. Like, the whole chart looks bonkers, but bros, you've heard me say this for so many years. I still think I'm going to be right eventually, but it is silly to ever really be like, it's going to happen soon now. I don't know. We've been saying it for years. I still think it's going to happen. I just don't think it makes sense to say it's like, hype people up. Oh, it's about to explode. It's looked like this forever. It will. I hope so, but no good reason to be in anything else as a big company. I think that there is the argument, like I said, for Bitcoin treasury, an argument. I'm not even saying it makes sense, but that's it. It blows my mind that these companies are buying even Ethereum or Solana. What are we doing? I think it is a reflection of markets, that markets are in a very odd place. They're stop hating on your Litecoin, sir. Our Litecoin. It's not hating. New to the stream. What's up, Snuggie? You trade ES futures, just checking out to ask why crypto over Forex or futures. Snuggie, great question. Great softball. Thank you, sir. I started trading about 8 years ago, and I started trading after I learned about Bitcoin. I learned about Bitcoin. It changed my life. It changed the way I saw the world. I'm not saying crypto, Bitcoin. It changed the way I saw the world, and it changed the future that I thought I saw or envisioned. It changed the path. That journey brought me into many different categories of knowledge and research and things, but it absolutely brought me to trading as well, investing and trading. So I started trading Bitcoin and crypto first. Most people started with stocks. They get their training wheels or whatever. They come over to crypto for crazier volatility. I started in crypto, and my passion and my belief is in crypto. When it comes to companies, there are some companies that I think are much better than others, companies that I think have value. But for the most part, I think most companies are really worthless. They aren't doing anything in the sense of not doing anything really unique. They're all mostly just copying each other, copycatting. There are a few exceptions, like Tesla I've been a big fan of in the past. I guess I still am a big fan. Neither here nor there. There are companies that have value, but they're so few and far between. And at the end of the day, I have no passion for them. I have no belief in them existing, in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. A company can just go bankrupt, right? They just disappear. They literally disappear. Bitcoin will never disappear, no matter what happens. If there are humans on this planet, if there are computers, there will be Bitcoin. It will exist. Who knows what that looks like value-wise, but it will exist. And so why trade crypto? Why trade Bitcoin? For me is I believe in it. You have a big advantage when you believe in something. Oftentimes people have a big belief. It's actually not an advantage because they're just blinded by it. They think something can't fail that can fail. Knock on wood. But for me, it's like the risk to reward then becomes, I know it won't disappear. I believe it will continue to just gain in value. That is aged very well. And so I can make kind of these asymmetric bets in that sense of I can always bet up by buying spot, and given enough time, I have 100% confidence that that bet will win. And I can't make that bet on other things. I can't make that bet on stocks where they can just dilute the shares. GME, people were really passionate about GME and what was going on. And GME just kept diluting. They just keep diluting their shares. They keep dumping on these people who believe in them. And the people who believe in them just open their mouth and are like, dump on me. They're raising all this cash. It's going to be great. It's going to send it to the moon. And it's like, bro, they're not raising the cash to help you out. They're doing it to dump on you. They're alleviating that hatch pressure that you're looking for on the squeeze. That kind of mechanic is why I just can never have that same belief in a stock, or honestly in anything that isn't Bitcoin or isn't crypto, something that isn't mathematically bound to its supply. I don't know. That's for me. That's for me. Of course, I love it. I don't expect other people to have that same opinion or belief necessarily. And when approaching crypto and trading, you have to be doubly careful, though things have gotten less volatile. It is dangerous. There is no second best. And I was just ranting. What's up, D-Wald? Andy has huge respect for me. My friend Andy. Andy's a good dude. Appreciate you, D-Wald. Good to see it's not the spiciest of days, but here we are. Polly Bra will sold 10x from here. What kind of time frame? What kind of time frame you looking at, Polly? This year? No. India gets more tariffs. Market pumps. Is the market pumping? I actually haven't been watching stocks as much. Let's see. AMC, not GME? I don't know. Not my expertise, Robert. But I think GME also has issued shares. Have they not? And then we're not at all-time highs. Scam. SPX actually didn't backtest the previous all-time high, which is what I was looking for. As soon as it started selling off, it's interesting. Still at a lower high. I could see that happening. That's why you don't buy Mara. That's why just Bitcoin, man. What's up, Adam Clark? Revved up like a Hot Wheels. Makes sunglasses great again. What's up, Recto? Bitcoin is not quantum resistant, Trinity. Sure. Sure. Bitcoin is not quantum resistant to this hypothetical future quantum thing. And when I say hypothetical, it's inevitable that we'll get there. But it doesn't exist. And so it is fully quantum resistant. Until we get there, right? We're not there. So it's like nothing is, we can say nothing is double super secret omega quantum resistant. This next hypothetical leap of processing that I just made up right now. Is that relevant? No. Is it technically true? Sure. I mean, yeah, sure. Sure. Quantum computing is a threat to everything. It is. It's a threat to all encryption and all security. But it's not a threat. Like, people, when they say that, are almost suggesting that the threat is here. It is a future threat. It's down the road. 10 years? 10 years? Like, if they could crack SHA-256 in 10 years, I'd be very surprised. Very surprised. Bring facts. Do I remember Martin, the State of Crypto? Yeah, actually I do. I think like last month, I randomly thought of him and I was like, I wonder what he's doing. And I looked for his channel. I couldn't find it. What do I think about 𝐂𝐡? I don't know, bro. What is 𝐂𝐡? Just wait for quark computing. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Quark computing, right? Like the next leap. Well, nothing is secure against that. No, not yet. And then wouldn't they just use the same technology to defend? Yeah, it is much easier for Bitcoin to just change algorithms, to change hashing, to just change in general to become quantum resistant than it is to create this hypothetical machine that can crack it. We've gone through this argument. We've gone through the same quantum thought process in Bitcoin like every single year. Every year. For as far back as I can remember, we have gone through this same thing. And every year people freak out. And every year they're like worried about it. And then every year nothing happens. I agree though. I'm not like pretending that quantum will, I'm not dismissing it. What I am dismissing though is kind of the argument, the FUD, like honestly the core of what people are saying when they point that out. I'm dismissing that. Collateralize. What is this here, Charlie? Charlie, what have you brought me? This looks like kind of like Dogecoin with no history behind it. With this higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Now it's moving up a little bit. This is an interesting chart. Let's see what we got. Didn't make it to 12 cents and 9.1. Three, four. I've never heard of this. Just looking at this right here, like I like this bottoming pattern. I like this breakout here today. I think 5 cents. 5 cents probably do that justice. Hold up. I could see this run more. Honestly, one of the big factors that I could see this running more, I don't own any of this and they're not paying me to say this, is simply because I've never heard anybody talk about it. This chart looks pretty set up. Definitely have a little resistance close, like 3.7-ish cents. Probably say 3.8, 3.7 between this wick. I think there's a wick here, 3.8. But I like 5 cents. I could see 5 cents happening. I could see 5 cents happening pretty quick. I've never heard of this. I've never seen it. Money flows rolling over. RSI is kind of hot here for not making it very far. It's okay. I like the moving average setup. Moving average setup's pretty strong, actually. Just broke like everything with this breakout. 3.8 cents looks very, very strong. We'll come back to this someday. Bitcoin might break out today. I didn't even really done much analysis, just shooting the shit with you guys. Quantum mining. Quantum mining is inevitable too. Heart problems are more worrisome than a quantum attack. I like that. I mean, true. Big facts. What's up, Crypto Needs Red Bull? How you doing, man? What's up, Pickle? Pickle computing, exactly. No one, Ravalion says no one's considering you to be present on both sides. Threat as well to the sports side. AI is a threat to intelligence. There have been, even back in 2017, I think people were making like, is it Grovers or Shores? I don't know. Quantum resistant algorithms. It's just solving a problem that doesn't exist yet. Nobody cared about those. Nobody cared about those projects. I think like Nexus was one. Can we check SNEC? All right, just because I saw you reply on my tweet, man. I've seen you in my notifications. No, haven't checked in on this in a long time. Check this. Came just shy of the entry. Snaked. Damn, got snacked. Let me clean up this chart. Man, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. We got so close to this entry. Had this filled, it would have been up 200% at its height and 125% now. Whew. Higher high. Looks like it's starting an uptrend. It's pretty brutal. You can see a little more retracing here. You can see a little more tracing over the next few days. I like this. You were in a clear downtrend. You broke out. You hit a higher high. Now what are you doing? You're just searching for that higher low. The higher low could be here. Could come 2.8 and doesn't really matter. It could come anywhere here. But as long as you hold that higher low, let's say something like this, you're looking very strong. You're beginning an uptrend. You've broken the lower high, lower low pattern with a higher low or higher high. Now you see the higher low. So you've begun to uptrend. Continue that, hold that low. Head for 0068. Retest these highs. Retest basically where this trade was looking for. I can't believe we got skunked like that. We got snaked. We got snaked. Next time. Bitcoin really does kind of look like it's about to break out. Oh yeah. Go Bitcoin go. Look at that 12 hour. 12 hours giving me hopium. All this rolling over slowly. It looks very likely that we are going to break into a green August. We found sellers there on Monday. Have we been red all August? Yep. August has literally been red all but, I don't know, maybe one candle in the beginning. And now reapproaching that. At a 115,700, about $60 shy. That's a fraction margin of error there. We are potentially, I would say we are realistically going to see August trade green today. If it can hold, things are looking very good. If it holds, if we don't immediately see what we saw Monday, if it holds, I think we're heading to that 17.3. 17.3, where are you? 17.3 up here. Realistically, I think we see that today. Let's go, traders. What's up, quarter crawler? How are you, man? How you doing? What's up, Six Breaker? I don't know if I've seen you around here before. Welcome, Bad Baptist, my guy. Ace of Hearts. Who else is joining us? Cool Hand Luke Double. GK, Major Benefits, Mao CR, Mo Alex, Jake the Snake, Protagonist, Rahul. Randy A, Randy G. Rigo, Sealos, William, Trinity. Got some new names. Welcome, guys. Crypto Steve O, how you doing, brother? Foxy Thorny, finally, you're late, but that's okay. I was late too. You're allowed to be. You're allowed to be late. What up, Galway? My Irish friend. Hookah Fish. What's up, Hookah Fish? Patrick, how are you? Crypto Poppy. Derek Merrill. Folsom. There we go. Now everybody's jumping out. Now everyone's here. As soon as Bitcoin is testing August. About to flip August green. Everybody shows up. I like it. Same. What's up, Suyash? What up? Yobi. Yola. Press your luck. NFT fans. Is anyone an NFT fan? Can we is that a thing? You guys know I never really got into it. Let's do a poll. So yes, actively, meaning like you still do. No, never. That's a good one. Let's do like not in a year. Not in, we'll do like 3+ years. Let's do it like that. Bitcoin about to, in real time, as we were predicting this minutes ago, flip August green for the first time. Right here, right now. What's up, Thimelinda? Thimelinda? That's quite a name. Theminda de Silva. What's up, my friend? By the way, if you subscribe while we're live, you'll see that number roll over in real time. It's very exciting. $30 away. Just 0.02% to go until we have a green August. Bring it in. Bring it in, boys. Print the longs. This is still what I'm looking at. I don't want it to be true. We just trade. I want it to go up. This is what I'm looking at still. 17.3 weekly resistance, 20 daily, 0.5 fib. It just goes on and on and on. What's right here? What's up, Micho? What up, my friend? Welcome. Good to have you, Micho. We are on the precipice of a green August. Non-refundable tokens. Yeah, right. Looking to sell your NFTs. Remember when people were buying apes for just crazy amounts of money? Jeez. The corn is eager and willing. No NFT. I can't believe people still buy NFTs. I don't believe they do. I don't really believe they do. What's up, 10 pence? Never in your life. Crypto guy owns a board BASC. I don't remember which one that is. Trump NFT says, Mark Z. How are those doing? Not a fan, Randy. Me neither. Good poll idea. Yeah, I'm curious. Your tummy is a little upset for eating too much Mexican food. Mystery School Extra. Have a little Tums. Papa Tums. Maybe a little milk. Craig Bowen, what's up, bro? You think NFTs will be great? So the idea of NFTs. The idea of NFTs. Nothing wrong with them. And they're a great idea. They're a great concept. I believe in the future we will have only more valid uses. We will have valid uses for them. Like maybe ticketing, I don't know, like voting. There's things that it can do. I just don't believe that the NFTs we have do those things. That was my big objection all throughout 21 when they were in like a craze. Still my objection is that what they do doesn't seem to be their value. And so, man, they're way less liquid than just like tokens and things. So when you buy them and the buyers dry up, like you effed. You're just totally effed. I stayed away from them. The most wrecked thing ever, cringe lord. Yeah, dude. Let me see. Never. 70%. There's not a lot of votes. Not a lot of votes. Not a busy stream today. Not a lot of votes, but I'm very proud. 70% of us said never. 7%. This is surprising. Small sample size, but 7% of us still buying NFTs. What NFTs are you buying? You'd rather have a Dogecoin ETF. Same. I'd rather buy Dogecoin. You know you're going to have liquidity to sell into with Dogecoin. It's a good thing. Do you ever look at Dogecoin today? No, we haven't looked at Dogecoin. We haven't really done much charting, I'm not going to lie. You spent $5 on an NFT, was scammed out of $5? Yeah. The only NFT I ever bought was, there was some NFT. It was like for it was for like some country, I don't remember. It was some charity thing, and it was like $20, and I was like, yeah, okay. This is it. I never expected it ever to be worth anything. It was a donation. Is there profit to make? What's up, Hendrik? Good NFT projects are digital art. I'd agree. I would agree, but then I would also counter with good art is valuable. Okay. But most NFTs are just a URL. It's just pointing to a URL. So it's just like an image hosted somewhere. I don't really even, honestly, I don't even like right now get the argument that it like proves ownership. I don't know, man. I feel like having the actual painting proves the ownership, right? An NFT of the Mona Lisa is worthless. Owning the Mona Lisa probably is valuable, I would guess. I honestly believe most NFT stuff that we saw in 2021 was just money laundering. Money laundering from big accounts and scammers and different things like that. Doge hasn't moved. Doge is still at 20 cents. We still have a long open on it. I don't really have any update on it. One sec. Let me see how I pull these trades up. Pull up dem trades. Doge up 25%, not a big trade. Entry at 20 cents. We're still holding on to it. Have the FLR, the Flare long, the Pengu long, the Bitcoin long. They're all still open. By the way, I'm trading on BYDFI. No KYC. You get big bonuses for signing up using my link. Also, if you have any issues with any of the exchanges that I work with, if you ever have issues with anything, your account, withdrawing, whatever, you just come to me. I'll get it. I'll bring it to their attention. I've done this for people in our community in the past. It's probably the greatest value I can actually offer you. It's like, I'll go to bat for you. I'm not going to go to bat for you if you're like, I don't know, just like you lost a trade. But if like the trade, you know, you got liquidated, but there was no reason, like the price didn't go there or something, you know, like weird things that don't happen often but do happen, I'll go to bat for you. More than you make off meme coins. What's up, super terrific thuggy hour? You have your community token NFTs. It doesn't sound like your community token. Oh, you don't mean your community token. You mean, I got you. I was like, well, it doesn't sound like you bought them. Worst rug pull ever. Oh, you know what? I also bought an NFT on Reddit to use as my Reddit thingy. But I also knew the artist, so it was also kind of not really, wasn't like an investment. We don't do charting here. What's a chart? What's a chart? Garbage pail kids. The problem with the charts right now is there's just not a lot going on. There's not a lot moving. Litecoin was kind of the spicy one and it chilled out. Total on the precipice of breaking out here. Dominance, actually not doing anything yet. Interesting. Solana stopped us out, but trade's still looking good, back to 190. Everything is doing nothing. Everything is like an inside candle from yesterday's sell-off. And so, I don't know, the charts just aren't that interesting to me. Kind of waiting. Ethereum doesn't look bad. Probably better than most, honestly. Just waiting. And I'll tell you right now what it's waiting for. What all this market is waiting for right here is, what will Bitcoin do at 115,761? And as you can see, we streamed Monday. Now we're live here again on Wednesday. And we've touched this exact price while we were live. It's not a random price. This is the exact price where August began. So what we're seeing basically, algorithms, mostly algorithms, I would say, market makers, algorithms, taking profit at the monthly open. This month has traded down, red. New longs were opened, and what's happening? They're taking profit as August attempts to flip to green. Breakthrough here, things look awesome. Breakthrough here, August turns out, it looks very, very bully. Reject from here, what do we see? It will probably see this if we reject from here. Probably see another higher low. And maybe another test. Watching it in real time. BNB looks hot. It has looked hot. You know what it is. What's up, Bad Baptist? Are NFTs quantum resistant? Dude, nothing. Literally nothing is quantum resistant. This is like the also thing is like people are like, oh, this is quantum resistant. That is. If we're talking about this theoretical power scaling, nothing is all the way out on the end of quantum, you know, like the full potential of quantum computing. Nothing is resistant. It's just silly. Really, it's just like what random chains use as a narrative to try to like get you to buy them. Like random chains that are quantum resistant. Solved a problem that doesn't exist yet. You like that we're not blasting through resistance? I don't know. I want to blast through. I want to start the blow off top. No one's buying scam coins? Well, maybe. Maybe they are. Welcome to NFTs. Tom Crown, Tim Brown. Who's Tim Brown? But I agree. This is a smart use case. This daily is pretty boring. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, I mean, this is we're back here. We're again at the monthly open. I have pretty strong conviction that we're going to trade higher this month. I think we're going to trade up to here. I would like to see us blast through. But I'm going to see what happens here. I don't know if I'm going to take this trade yet, but I want to see what happens at 17.3. If we're going to reject and go lower, I think 17.3 is where we do it. Kind of the long story short. Dollar losing some of its strength. Guess that makes sense as rate cuts are on the horizon. A weakening dollar hand in hand with those rate cuts. What's the shock, Moon Raccoon? I don't know, bro. The shock is rate cuts. Rate cuts are coming. They're locked and loaded with those job number revisions, man. The Fed as we've said, they were always going to cut in September. But with the job revisions, they're cutting. They're cutting in September. 50 BPS by the end of the year. Very, basically guaranteed. September rate cut. That is the shock. Last time we got a rate cut was in November of 24. Alts went pretty nutty. Does Powell still wear a purple tie when he cuts? We'll find out. We'll find out here together, boys. We'll find out together. Can you buy, bro? I mean, you can always buy. But when you say, can you buy, bro, I know you don't mean buy. I know you mean, can you open 100x long right now? I know you better than you know you. Circle looks like trash. Close that. Pengu trade, just any day now. Any day. And look at XRP. What's XRP doing? Ooh, oh. There we go. XRP filled at 3. XRP filled at 3. I think we put that on Monday. I didn't take it because I just got stopped out. I opened at 3 back here at the end of July. Got stopped out into the beginning of August. Looking for that same trade though. $3 to 340. Oh, actually, I got stopped out. I entered July 22nd. Got stopped out July 31st. So it was before August. There it is. This is interesting. CME. Yesterday, CME perfectly filled the gap below it. Well, perfectly overshot it, but pretty perfectly filled the gap below it. Today opened lower, immediately filling any kind of gap it could have had. Here's this. Oh yeah, this is another reason we're looking for 17.3. Just another piece of confluence. There's our gap. Right here, 17, right at basically 17.3. Filled the gap. We still have many gaps below us, some of which, many of which will never be filled. Some of which will be filled. Strong conviction. Confidence. There we go. Turning around at the monthly open again. This month. People freaking about quantum is silly. But Bad Baptist, you've been here. A lot of people here have been here for years. We've been live on YouTube over 6 years. Those G's who have been with us over the years, you know, we have heard this same argument and this same freak out every year. Every single year for, I don't know, as far back as I can remember. We have seen people freaking out about this. It's just like clickbait at this point. It's content that YouTubers and content creators will use because it gets views. It gets engagement because it's scary. It's scary. Am I looking to hedge? I haven't decided if I'm going to take it. I might. I guess like I'll see how I'm feeling when it gets there. Should I? Yes. In fact, you know what, man? You're right. You're right. Let's just do it. $17.3 limit. $17.3. There it is. There it is. Done. Will I cancel it between then and now? I don't know. I'll let you know if I do. What's the best exchange from Canada? I mean, there's many exchanges that you don't need to KYC. So it doesn't matter where you're from. If you're asking what's the best exchange in Canada, I don't know, man. You have to ask a Canadian. What's up, Ovo? Tillin, Nirvana. Yeah, if quantum can break Bitcoin, it's not our biggest concern. It is interesting, and I will give the nod to this topic. I will give this nod to it, that when we first started hearing about this quantum attack and breaking Bitcoin and breaking SHA, it was much less realistic. Every year we get closer. Like I said, I dismiss the fuddish, you should be scared, Bitcoin should be scared, and you should buy our shitty quantum resistant coins. I reject those arguments, but I don't reject the quantum argument. It is inevitable that processing will overcome SHA, but you can also say that about anything. You can say that about whatever quantum resistant algorithm your coin or whatever it is has. That too will be broken eventually. There is no limit. There's no limit on computing, on processing. We will find ways to make leaps, and when we do, encryption will always have to be looked at again, be modified. Bitcoin can be modified. It is much easier to modify Bitcoin to be quantum resistant than it is to create this hypothetical computing thing that we don't have, and are honestly, no one knows exactly how far away we are from it. But I would say 10 years is I would say is very, very unlikely that we see it. Our lifetime, much more likely, right? But like 10 years, doubt it. We'll see. But I'll give that nod. It is inevitable. Bitcoin is a very malleable thing. When it needs to make changes, it can. It can fundamentally change when it needs to make changes. But it is slow moving. We don't like to change what works, and it's the smart path for Bitcoin. It's a smart path for developers. It's a smart path for everybody. We let the other things run ahead, try these new things that break, and that's what Bitcoin isn't. It isn't those things. It is dependable. It is solid. It is secure. And that means you move slow. It's a good topic, though. Fair. BitBoy won't. Oh, BitBoy. Oh, Ben. You always make sure to take profits as soon as the stream starts. I mean, it's gone higher. It's gone higher in the stream. Historically, it's not been bad. Tyson Hunter, thank you, man. Everything can be broken by quantum in theory. Yes. Everything. Everything. It is an arms race. As the arms advance, the defenses advance. Stronger weapons, stronger defenses, back and forth. It's usually easier to defend than it is to attack. I think, hopefully, fundamentally, for our sake, it'll remain that way. Bitcoin, though, not moving. Waiting for the stream to end. Looking to flip August green for the first time this month. I think it's going to run to 117.3. We'll see what happens there. But looking to do this today, I would say. We saw this move on Monday. We got rejected. There's still some worries above us. I just placed the limit order to short at 17.3. Feels dirty, but I'm just doing what I'm doing. My lord, my lord, my lord. Have you liked and subscribed to the channel yet? Be honest, have you? There's still time. There's still time to check out joincrowncrypto.com if you're looking for one-on-one mentoring with myself. I know it's a pretty sweet deal. Check it out. You can join our Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown. It's free. If you sign up with any of the partners in the video description below, you'll get some access to VIP rooms in that Discord that cost you nothing. It's pretty easy. Bruh. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. And, I think I'm going to go outside. I think you should go outside. Get some exercise. I'm going to take Professor Beans out. Bitcoin's going to flip this monthly green. If it can hold it, things are looking great. If not, probably looking for a higher low. We'll see what happens. I believe that this is the low. I think this is the low for this move. In all honesty. I think we have more all-time highs coming Q4. Could be sooner. I think this bull run is not over, at least until the end of the year. Still more time. Stay bullish. We're going to be live again on Friday at the latest. If things get real spicy, we'll be live again tonight, tomorrow, anytime. I can see you guys in the Discord. Go outside. Go outside. Enjoy some outside time. That's my advice.